mirror and thought, my nose is too big. Wow, look at those huge acne scars on my face. Or, I really need to get rid of this fat on my body. Well, they definitely sound familiar, don't they? These are some of the most common expressions I hear people, and especially teenagers, say all the time. Appearance is one of young children's biggest concerns, if not the biggest. They desire to be perfect, just to fit in society's narrow mold. We are expected to be perfect because of the pressure we feel to excel at everything. Chasing our dreams, college, friendships, popularity, and good grades are some of the few things that we have to keep up with. You can imagine where all this pressure can lead to. All these endless worries make teens reach extremes in order to conceal their insecurities, only to feel a bit better about themselves. It's crazy these days if you think about it. Even the most confident adolescent is not completely satisfied with the way that he or she looks. There are so many things that specifically young girls are insecure about, like their skin tone or jean size. In fact, did you know that more than 75% of young girls has attempted some kind of weight loss? This mindset is toxic. Eating disorders have now become such an ordinary phenomenon. According to some studies, 1 in 10 teenage girls in the US has an eating disorder, while boys as young as 10 are at the same risk too. It's serious, and it's everyone. I guess the question here is why? Where does insecurity come from? The answer is right in front of us. Insecurity grows within us as we grow. The first time that young girls are introduced to tall, slim, and flawlessly beautiful figures is around the age of 3 or 4 when interacting with the Disney princesses. In their early adolescence, let's say 9 to 13, we can see a first drop in their self-esteem if they try to act older so that they can fit in with their peers. After that, we can clearly see a second drop that makes it even worse. Now that can be caused by a lot of different things. Social media that alternates this perspective on life is in the first place. And of course, magazines and standards of beauty is another thing that makes people unhappy with themselves. And of course, with all that constant stress about how we look, comes anxiety and depression that in some cases can lead to self-harm or even suicide in greater extent. Again, it's serious and it's everywhere. Everyone, from young children to older people, should change perspective. We need to take negative thoughts and make them into positive ones by focusing on experiences that make us happy and by surrounding ourselves with inspiring people that love and support us. We need to get rid of the unrealistic self-image because that is a drawback. People respond to us based on how confident and positive we are. And as an American president once said, comparison is the thief of joy. Thank you.